I'm at the ferries, 8 o'clock on a Monday night. I got my lease on. And if these people will let me pass, that's better. Now I can get going. It's a really bad setup here where pedestrians cross in front of, traffic that's dropping off, and it's just not done right, if you ask my opinion. But I got my lease on. And I've been on the road about an hour and 20 minutes. $60 fare to the airport, thank you very much. Plus 2 shorter fares before that. Makes my night. Makes my leases together anyway. I can just coast the rest of the night. Everything I make from now till 6 in the morning, minus, of course, a few dollars that will go into the gas tank, goes right in my pocket. So I'm off for a great start this week. Happy Labor Day. This is the actual Labor Day, the 5th of September, Monday night, and it is Taxi Vlog 421. That's some kind of milestone, I'm sure. Talk to you sooner. It's only the 6th of September, and the trees are starting to get a little yellow and brown. And we've been getting some rain early. It's early this year. I think fall is going to be early. See, the trees don't look all that green. They're a little brownish, a little yellowish. Anyway, I'm off to work. I would have recorded a segment in the morning, but I was too busy sleeping. I worked real hard. Last night and was steady until about 4 and didn't stop. I just kept going, and then at 4 it slowed down and I was able to take a nap and go to sleep while watching a video of something or other. I think I tried to watch that video a couple times, and even in the morning when I got home I tried to watch it, and I fell asleep each time. So maybe there will be a 4th try tonight. It was a really good, successful night last night. I did in excess of 300, which is a good start for the week. A good way to end the Labor Day weekend. The bin is full, look at that. Okay, so we're off to work. Off to work to a Tuesday night. Who knows what it will bring. Hopefully I'll get to relax some and not work my ass off like I did last night, because I like a little break between calls rather than just clearing one and being sent to another, being flung around to do more and more and more. Yeah, that was good. So tonight, who knows what will happen. I'll talk to you at the end of it, or tomorrow or something like that. Let you know how the Tuesday went. Well, it's about 6:25 in the morning, and I'm walking home from parking the car. I actually had a pretty good night. I went from starting at the beginning. I think I had like 3 trips by 8 o'clock, and then by around 11 I had my lease and fuel on, thanks to a lucky trip that went out to the Western Communities for like $33. And then later on I had another trip that went out that way for another $30-something, and I had a few really righteous trips in town, and ended up doing quite well. a fair chunk over 200. So my Tuesday night was good too. This time of year is being really good to me. I've been not hurting at all. It's been flowing smoothly, and even though I'm tired all the time, I'm making enough money to make everything happen for the foreseeable future. Yeah, there's going to be a music festival in October that I'm going to take a week off to go to, and yeah, gonna have to pay some income tax too. Got to think about that, or start thinking about that. But right now, I just want to have a couple months rent in the bank, so that when I go to that music festival, when I come back, my rent will be covered. That's what I want. And yeah, can't complain at all. Hope the rest of the week keeps going this way. Just saved my night with this one. Just saved my night. It was last night. I had my first trip right away, and that was the Wednesday night. Yeah, I had my first trip, and it was like over $20. And I had my second trip soon thereafter, and that was over $20 as well. And then I waited about an hour for my third one, and that one was up there. That was about $15. And then I had another one that was, well, you get the picture, right? I didn't have that many trips, but each one was in the $20 range. And after about 5 trips, I had like $110 on, or maybe a little more. And then it got slower even, like, and quieter, and there was like very little business. Very little business. I must have watched 3 movies, and I was halfway through the 4th one at 4:45 when I got the call to do this trip. And it was a condo building just a block away from where I was parked, in the parking lot. And the guy came out with a backpack, and he's going to the airport. So here we are, following the airport shuttle away from the airport, and this one saved my night. With the tip and everything was $55, so I'm still doing okay. But if not for this trip, my night would be very much hurting. I doubled my income on this one. Yes, sir. Well, so much for the Wednesday night. We got 2 more to go, so I'll tell you about those. Right now, my battery in the phone is just about to die because I've been watching movies on this thing all night. Here we are at the ferries. It was my 3rd trip of the night. The first one was pretty early. It didn't go very far. I think it was a $10 fare. And then I sat in the parking lot for about half an hour, maybe a little longer, and took this lady home from where her car was being taken to the garage because she had trouble starting it. And then I drove her home, and as soon as I dropped her off, I got sent to an apartment building, oh, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks away. And the guy came out here to the ferries. So, yeah, we're having a good start to the night, and it's only like 8:30, and we've got 9.5 hours left to go, leaving the ferries. You might see a ferry in the distance down there, big lighted up things, and that's it. Get back on the highway into town. Tell you about the night later on, unless something really momentous happens like this did. Well, it's been really good. Right now it's 2:42 a.m. and I've got over $300 on. Now, that's fabulous for a Thursday night. What happened is that after I got back from the ferries, I did a few fares, and at 10:30 I was sitting there watching a movie in the parking lot waiting for a call, and I got sent out to the airport to meet somebody on a company charge. So I went to the airport, I met the guy, I found him, brought him into a hotel in town. It was $58 on the clock. He tipped me 10, so it was like $68. So that was beautiful. And besides that, the fares I've been getting have been rather decent. So those two long ones, the one to the ferry and the one from the airport, that was $146 total. And then I've done another, well, more than 150. I got more than 300 on now, and it's like almost 3 o'clock. So 3/4 of my night are done, and I don't care if it's quiet now. It doesn't matter to me. I can do some more fares trickling in. For a Thursday night, this has been really good. Those two long trips really made the difference. And the thing is, it's not even that busy. The streets are quiet. There's nobody around, but I'm getting about one trip an hour, and they're working out pretty good, you know. I can't complain. So if nothing really great happens between now and 6 in the morning, and it could, you know, anything can happen in 3 hours. I could watch a couple of movies, or I could get busy, and I have been rather busy tonight. I'm not through the first movie yet. It's getting near the end, but I still haven't finished watching one movie because I've been busy. So, yeah, you know. I'll talk to you sooner or later. This is one of those shifts where I could do no wrong. This may look a little bit familiar, but the lighting is a little different from the way you saw it just a little earlier. We are once again at the ferries. The ferry is that thing just about the center screen there. And yeah, got a fare out to the ferries in the morning. It is now 6:10 a.m. I'm just finishing my shift, and if my nose seems to be a little bit sniffly, it's because there was a woman who was bringing her cat to the ferries so that she could go to one of the Gulf Islands to see the veterinarian. Now, I guess there's a cat specialist who knows something about her cat or something, but she's going on the ferries to this Gulf Island or to this other island to have her cat get some surgery or something like that. Anyways, that was another $60 fare, and that worked out really well. So I must be somewhere around the $400 mark, approximately, I'm guessing. Yeah, a fabulous Thursday. Really fabulous. That was the best Thursday night I've seen in a while. So 2 trips to the ferry and 1 from the airport into town, plus the other ones were not bad either. So yeah, what a night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm gonna go home, eat something, drink some whiskey, and go to sleep. Here we are again at the ferries. It's 8:22 on Friday night, and I just had a load of kids that had been on the West Coast Trail, and I brought them out here to the ferries because they're going back to the mainland. So I'm really doing great with these ferry runs. So now I've got a ferry run and 3 or 4 other trips under my belt. This was the only cash paying trip of the night so far. $70, thank you very much. Let's get back into town and do some more. I'll let you know as the night goes on, or maybe at the other end, depending on how it goes. Looks like it's going to be busy tonight. There's a beer festival going on, or actually it just closed about 20 minutes ago. So I will not have anything to do with that. That's fine. We won't have any puking beer drinkers in our car. And the rest of the night, well, it's going to be what it's going to be. Hopefully it's not going to be too busy. I'm doing okay. I just want to relax tonight. I don't want to rush too much. Even though it is a Friday, I'll try and slow it down and make it agreeable to me. Because I don't like working too hard, especially when I'm tired and I've worked all week. Anyway, the sun just went down and there's a little bit of blue left in the sky, only slightly. Well, what a night. What a night. It is now 5:30 in the morning. I got just enough time to get back into town, wash the car, fuel it up, and walk home. Oh, where to start? Where to begin? Early on in the shift, I took some people out to the ferries. I think I showed you a segment of that. And what happened with them is that they were coming off the West Coast Trail and going back to Vancouver, or to the mainland anyway. A little view of the terminal there, baggage claim. Okay, rental car return. So here's what happened. After I got back into town, I was busy. I was so busy that half the time when I was sent to go get somebody somewhere, I never made it to the place where I was picking them up because somebody waved at me while I was on my way to pick somebody up. So I would take the waivers naturally. And I would just do a code 40, which means that code 40 means that there's no, that I got something else. Oh, that's moving too slow. Volkswagen van. Let's get around this thing. Woo, take the inside lane, lose the clipboard. So what? I'll pick it up later. I'm not going to have any more customers tonight. Okay. I can't stand doing the slow motion driving thing. It's just not up to me. Okay, so we're happening here. So I was busy like stink. Really, really busy. I had $300 on by 1 o'clock. Now, well, it's a little more than 5. It's a Friday night. So I'm very pleased with how that went, and I'm just glad. I'm glad I can put some money in the bank, get some groceries, get some whiskey. That's all good. So yeah, I was busy until about 2-ish, and then it slowed down a little bit. Then I had this one guy who was going to meet a girl somewhere, and it was about a $20 fare to the place where he was going to meet her, and she gave him a street corner. We got to that street corner, there was no girl, and his phone had died. The battery in his phone was kaput, so he couldn't call her to find out which house she was in. So he decided to turn back, and when we got back to the place where I picked him up, was about $35. He said make it 40 and gave me $100 bill. I gave him back the 60, and it was all good. But what a waste, you know, to spend $40 to not meet a girl. The guy was kind of messed up in the head too. Actually, he was doing drugs, or maybe he'd been drinking or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, you know, I did quite a number of $20 fares, and they were all good. And then I was watching a movie for a little while and fell asleep watching that movie. And then I got a call that went downtown. It was a strange call because as I just received the call, there was a message on my data terminal here saying, "You just drove right past him." Well, I didn't. I hadn't been anywhere near where the guy was. So then I went to the address, and there were two guys sitting there on the curb, and one of them paid for the other one to get home. He seemed to be kind of messed up because he gave me a street corner to go to, and I said, "Are you going to the..." Gave him the name of the building. He says, yeah, I live in a really bad place. And I said, well, whatever. He says, did he pay you to take me home? I said, yes, I'm taking you there. He says, do you know where the name of the building is? And I said, of course I do. I'm taking you there. Don't you worry. Relax. We're only a few blocks away. I'll get you there. You'll be all right. Anyway, I got the guy home to where he was going, and that all worked out very well. Then suddenly I got a call to a homeless shelter, kind of, and picked up a call girl there who was going to do a call. What's the rush? I'm already going speed limit. Anyway. So I picked up the call girl and took her down to James Bay. And then she said, well, I'll be out of here in about 15 minutes if you want to wait. Well, I didn't really want to wait. I started to drive back to downtown, and I got a call. And this call was at a condo building, a high-rise condo building, an expensive one to live in. And I took this woman, this young lady, from there to the airport, and she's flying to New York City this morning, and this is why I'm on this highway going back into Victoria. So there you have it, my Friday night, a complete and perfect success. The week has been a complete and perfect success as well. It couldn't get much better than it did. So I hope yours could be better than mine. See you next week.